We're Katie and Michael, and we're travelling around Europe full-time in our self-converted van, Dippy, with our passenger princess, Indy. This week, we're taking you to Verdon Gorge, Europe's largest river canyon. Disclaimer, in classic Dippy travel style, we didn't actually know it was Europe's largest canyon until we'd got here and had a little Google. We spent 6 days here exploring the canyon, lakes and hikes that Verdon Gorge National Park has to offer, all in the stunning autumn sunshine. Here we found our perfect van life balance, with more restful days alongside big mountain hikes, less driving and settling in park-ups for more than one night. Welcome to Dippy Van Travels, South of France, Part 2. This is where we parked last night, and look how gorgeous it is. It's pretty cold though. We found autumn. We found the best kind of autumn. After realising that we'd somehow parked right next to the start of the canyon without even knowing, we were really excited to get out into the crisp autumn sun and explore. The walk was really cool as the trail follows the aqua blue river right through the canyon. Rocky cliffs towered over us as we walked alongside them, blocking the sun so it made it pretty chilly. The path was really well maintained and safe, although it had rained the day before so it was a little bit slippy in places and we had a few steps that challenged Indy again. The views on this route were so beautiful. A wide aqua river with white rocky mountain cliffs above, a bright blue sky and the fiery autumn colours on the trees. And we pretty much had this walk all to ourselves. Although it was well maintained, it's not the biggest of paths and I can imagine it gets really busy in summer. We couldn't believe our luck in parking right next to this and by accident. We were just discussing whether we're going to go on the paddleboard or not. Well, not discussing. Basically, I've decided I'm going on the paddleboard down here and I'm trying to get Michael to do it as well. Because look how blue it is. And there's all these trees in the way on the walk. So, it's the only way to see the canyon is on a paddleboard. Convinced?
I ain't going on the year, I know that.
We're back at the van and I'm wimping out of the paddleboard. It's cold, we're having a cup of tea, we've had lunch and now we're having a tea and I'm going to bail on it, aren't I?
I can't be asked to pump it up, to be honest.
Well, I want to do it. I feel like it's so pretty. Good morning. It is freaking freezing this morning. It's taken us a while to get out of bed. I think we've underestimated how cold it was going to be in the van in the night. But, as promised, the paddleboard's happening! And even Michael said he's going to go on it. But I presume you're going to wait to see how I get on first.
If you fall, I'll probably give it a minute.
But look how stunning it is. How could we not? It is cold, but we're going to have it all to ourselves and it's going to be bloody beautiful. Guys, let's stop being a wimp and it's so freaking nice. I could actually stay here all day. Look at this. Paddleboard goals. And it's so clear as well. I can literally see everything. And I'm gonna head to the gorge now. And it's so pretty. We took it in turns paddleboarding from where we'd parked on the little lake in the sun with a backdrop of rocky hills and autumn trees before going under the bridge and into the chilly canyon. This honestly was such a surreal moment and not something we thought we'd ever be doing, let alone in the middle of November. The temperature really drops inside the canyon and with not a single other person around, it was such a peaceful and incredible experience. And definitely a once in a lifetime to experience Europe's largest canyon in autumn all to ourselves. I am literally so glad that I did this. I have this thing in my head that if I want to do something, especially something like this, like we're probably never going to come here ever again. And I have this saying that I remind myself of now, like, if not now, then when? Because if you miss the opportunity, it's gone. So I'm so glad we did. And it's actually really nice on the water. It's super sunny. Look how cool it is. So just a message to say, if not now, then when? A review, please.
Yeah, it was nice. It's scary in the middle though.
It's not scary.
Scary.
It's not scary.
Oh, it's all dark and deep.
Vista scared of water. Did very good. I'm very proud of you. We did it! In 10 degrees. Maybe 15 degrees. But
Yeah, it's not cold.
was in the canyon.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Woo! And we had to leave this one here. Because she's been annoying. After our activity-filled morning, we need to go on a walk still. So we've driven to a waterfall, but we already can't be asked to walk around it. And we're literally like 1 minute into the waterfall walk, and we found it already. So maybe we just turn around now and go home. But there it is. The bottom of the waterfall was really cool. It had lots of different aqua blue pools that led into the river that just kept on going. We decided to go off the official path as it led away from the river. So followed it down a bit, which was really pretty, and we saw a lot more than if we were on the path, but it turned into a slightly more challenging walk than we'd wanted. We're not on the official all trails, and it does slightly show in the path. So I've just come down here, and now we're on these. And Michael seems to have disappeared up there somewhere. But this way we got to see the full river. And it's pretty cool. So we sacked that walk off because it got a bit much, and I don't think we had it in us today to do a big walk. And we're heading to a campsite! Our first campsite since the first night in Europe. That's mad.
Only because it's cheaper.
Only because it's cheap, and we are desperate for a shower now. Like it's getting not good.
Yeah.
Going to a campsite, which is exciting, via supermarket first. It's a real campsite, and we've paid, so we're legally gonna have a shower, and we've even got freshly baked pain au chocolat. It's a good day. Good morning. Excuse the face, but we've had a shower and I'm in too many layers because I'm in my thermals, but we're going for a little explore to see what's around. And look at these views. Mountains, mountains, trees, horses. We're gonna go see if we can find the lake. So we're at the main lake now. This is the big lake, St. Croix du Verdon, and there's not a soul on it. It's so peaceful. I actually feel bad for speaking so loud. It's so quiet. This is freaking gorgeous. We walked along the pebbly beach of the lake, taking in the stunning mountain views without seeing a single other person around, and Indy was happy because she got to play on the little beach. It was so beautiful and peaceful here, with mountains in the background everywhere you looked, autumn trees, crystal clear, calm waters, and not a cloud in the sky. It definitely wasn't weather for thermals and trackies that I'd left the van in. You wanted to record me falling in, but I didn't. No! Out of the way. Got it! Out! You've made it all slippy.
Damn it.
On the way back, we walked through a nearby village and it was stunning, but deserted. With colourful hotels, small local cafes, and a beautiful church, and all again with a backdrop of towering mountains. We have come back to where we walked today because it was so pretty. There's signs everywhere saying no camper vans, but there was not a single person about, so we have yellowed it, and the barrier was open, so we feel like that was a sign. And this is our little park up. Michael's making some dinner. We're gonna have chicken nachos. We'll see how that goes. Indy's attacking a tree. And we have the mountains over there and the lake over here. And it's definitely gonna be a good sunset tonight. So the sun's gonna set over here somewhere. And this is what we have to deal with, this dog. And in these are the mountains that I was obsessing over earlier, so I think it's going to be quite nice. Good morning from the lake. We were going to go on a really big walk today after yesterday's successful chilled day, but I did not sleep very well last night. It was so cold and it kept me up. It wasn't like really cold, but you know when you can just feel the cold. So I didn't sleep very well, and then Indy didn't let me have a lie in. So we're gonna chill here today because we're by the lake and it's Saturday and we've still only seen about 2 people that have gone out on the lake, and now they're gone into the distance somewhere. So we're gonna do the same, and I'm gonna go get on the paddleboard, and then we're probably just gonna have a little walk around this area, around the big lake maybe, and just a bit of an easier walk. And then tomorrow we'll go for the mammoth hike because it looked quite hard, and I just don't think I've got it in me after a bad night's sleep. On today's episode of How the Frick Is This My Life, my obsessions with the mountains has taken me to the middle of the lake, and it's so beautiful. I have this entire lake to myself. It's so peaceful. I'm gonna head this way because I feel like it'll freak Michael out that I've been to the whole of the side. If you Google Lac de St. Croix or Verdon Gorge, you'll see pictures very similar to this. Clear blue waters, cliffy mountains and bright blue sky, but with a lake full of fishing boats, pedlos, kayaks, etc. And having this lake and these views all to myself was something magical. It doesn't bother us that cafes and restaurants aren't open in the town if it means we get free lakeside park-ups and moments like these. No camera or just explanations, no words will ever describe how I feel about these rocks. How I feel about these cliffs. They are so like detailed, and definitely my little GoPro 10 is not going to do it any justice. And it's just I can't get over how quiet it is. It's still like 15 degrees and it's a Saturday, and I've seen 2 tiny little boats that are just fishing, and the car park's free. They've opened the barriers, like the French council or whatever have clearly just opened the barriers so that people can park there. We had no issues. I thought we might have issues parking there because it said no camper vans, but we've been fine. And yeah, I just can't get over it. And the fact that, yeah, no one will ever understand this feeling of me on the lake right now. But I guess that's what makes it so special. After some post-paddleboarding lunch, we took a walk around part of the lake. And the views and the colours on this sunny November day just kept on giving. It was the most perfect autumn day. We were never going to make it the whole way around the lake, so turned back trying to find a different route along the beach, until we came to a challenging corner, which Michael and Indy whipped around and left me behind, stranded. I got myself into quite a mess trying to walk in the lake and ended up getting stuck in the clay-like ground and having to walk back inland to meet them on the other side. That was hard work, and painful, and cold, and dirty, but my shoes are on. They weirdly feel warm, but I think they're just numb. Right, home everybody. That's enough adventure for today. The next day we moved spots to complete our hardest hike yet, with stunning mountain road views along the way. I didn't charge the GoPro last night, although I did plug it in, but apparently it didn't charge, so limited clips from this. But this is the start of our walk. The rocks that I've been obsessing over for the last 3 days, so it's already a good walk, but it is colder. But we'll get hot soon, I'm sure.
It's nice in the sun.
Love you, mountains. How many minutes we've been walking and the coat's already come off. We should know better than this.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Right, You're going to get the highlights of the viewpoints only from now on. Viewpoint number 1, the lake, which is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Not us listening to Reverend the Maker's Christmas song halfway up a mountain.
Not very Christmassy.
Rev for number 1. This route, as described, was a hard hike. It was a tough incline from the get-go and just seemed to keep on going. But the views were so rewarding everywhere we looked. We've reached the top of something. Might not be the fully top, but of something right now. Indy's having her breakfast because she never seems to eat in the morning. This is where we've just come from. There's a path that way, some mountains that way, and we're going this way, which is actually already up. We had panoramic views of surrounding mountains on one side and the lake on the other side. And in non-mountain related content, can anyone guess what TV series we're watching from the next 2 clips? I'll set you up.
The crow flies straight.
That was rubbish.
Perfect line.
The crow flies straight. Now we're at the top. Still pretty. I'm actually preferring the view of not the lake, the view of these mountains and the trees. We're adding to the pile.
Where should I put it?
Oh, the knees are necessary. Oh, good one. Katie, Michael and Indy was here. From the top, we thought the hardest part was over, but the descent was just as challenging, if not more so. The paths were very gravelly, very steep, and very difficult for us mere 2-legged humans to manoeuvre, but Indy basically skipped down. But this is where we got some of the best views of the river canyon, and it was amazing to see it from above and really put the size of it into perspective. Unfortunately, that's where my GoPro gave up on us. So this was our first hard walk on all trails, and it was hard, but I don't think it's the hardest we've been on.
No, it was just long.
It was really long.
And high.
Long, high,
But
slippery,
steady.
slippery on the way down. The views were really nice though. We saw the lake, we saw the canyon, saw lots of trees, and it was lovely. And now we've parked with this lovely view. And the sun's about to set, and Indy's found some sticks that she's crying at, so that's stunning. And Michael's killing flies yet again. There is so many flies here. And we were up there somewhere earlier, walking all around, up and down, round and round the mountain. Next time on Dippy Van Travels. To go and explore one of France's prettiest villages.
This is...
And it's freezing! And we don't even know where we are. Hey Michael, remember that time we came to Nice and it was 20 degrees and I'm wearing thermals and you're wearing a coat and I brought a knitted cardigan and we're ridiculous?
I do remember it quite well.
It is now! Yum! Cheers me!
Alright. Who does it?